What if everything you think you know about winning a World Cup is only half the story? Because behind every nation that lifted that trophy, there were moments of glory, hidden collapses, and decisions that changed history forever. Moments that didn't happen in the 90 minutes the world was watching. They happened after, in the loneliest walk in football. 12 yards, one ball, one goalkeeper, and an entire nation holding its breath. And today, we are going to explore a question that millions of football fans around the world have asked themselves late at night. After watching another World Cup dream die on the spot kick line, why do penalties decide so many World Cup matches? It starts with a simple truth. Football is designed to produce a winner, and the World Cup cannot end in a draw. Not in the knockout rounds, not when nations go to war on a rectangle of grass for 90 minutes and cannot separate themselves. So football invented the penalty shootout, and it changed everything. Since FIFA introduced the shootout in 1978, it has become one of the most psychologically brutal moments in all of sport. It is not just a test of skill, it is a test of nerve, identity, and the ability to perform under extreme pressure. The numbers tell a story. By 2022, there had been over 30 shootouts. Italy, France, Germany, England, Argentina, all had their fates decided here. Empires have been built and broken in the space of 5 kicks. Before shootouts, ties were decided by the toss of a coin. Yes, literally a coin flip. FIFA looked at that and said, "We can do better." The shootout was born, and almost immediately, it began producing the most iconic moments in World Cup history. In 1994, Roberto Baggio, Italy's greatest player, stepped up against Brazil. The score was tied. He struck it. It sailed over the bar. Italy lost. Baggio stood, head bowed, in one of the most photographed moments in history. A genius, undone by 12 yards. In 2006, France and Italy met in Berlin. Zidane headbutted Materazzi. Then, in the shootout, David Trezeguet hit the crossbar. Italy won their 4th. In 1990, England faced West Germany. Penalties. Stuart Pearce and Chris Waddle missed. England were eliminated. It began a 55-year national trauma. Germany, meanwhile, became the most ruthless. Between 1982 and 2006, they won 4 of 5 shootouts. They practiced. They treated it like a discipline. So why does the penalty shootout decide so many matches? The answer is threefold: fatigue, psychology, and chance. By extra time, players have run over 10 kilometers. Their legs are gone. Their decision-making is compromised. And then they must execute a skill that requires absolute precision under the most intense psychological pressure imaginable. Research from the University of Exeter found that players who walk slowly to the spot score at a higher rate than those who rush. Goalkeepers who delay and engage eye contact increase their save percentage. These are marginal gains, but in a shootout, margins are everything. There is also the question of home advantage. The team shooting first wins approximately 60% of the time. The other team is always chasing. And then there is pure, brutal randomness. A boot makes contact a centimeter differently. The wind shifts. The ball hits the post. In a sport played over 90 minutes of constant tactical chess, the World Cup is sometimes decided by moments no one can fully control. The penalty shootout matters because it is the ultimate test of what football is really about: human beings under pressure. It has given us some of the sport's most unforgettable images: Baggio's bowed head, Casillas on his knees, Messi becoming a national icon. It has defined careers, broken hearts, and launched legends, and it connects fans globally in a way almost nothing else does. Because everyone understands that feeling: the held breath, the silence before the kick, the explosion of noise. The shootout is football's most imperfect solution to its most fundamental problem, and that is precisely why it endures. So next time you watch a World Cup shootout, remember, you are not watching a lottery. You are watching the intersection of science and soul, of preparation and fate, of everything a footballer has trained for their entire life, compressed into one single heartbeat. The World Cup has been won and lost on penalty kicks. Nations have been defined by them. Players have been immortalized and haunted by them. But the real question is, will penalties ever truly be fair? Or will they always remain the most gloriously cruel way to end the beautiful game?